All right. Welcome everyone to the Aisha Sisters show. Hello, I am Honey, and I'm here with my co-host Queen Sue
Hello there, everyone out there.
and Sister Cierra.
Hello, 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 world.
Okay, Sister Fantasy should be joining us sometime throughout this podcast. We're having a little technical difficulties, but she coming. All right, everyone. Today's topic is the 7 deadly sins and 7 heavenly virtues, part 1. This episode is our season finale, everyone. Thank you all for your continued support. Please tell a friend and share this video now. Our season 2 premiere, The 7 Deadly Sins and 7 Heavenly Virtues, Part 2, will be aired Sunday, April 23rd. Okay. Now, before we begin, we'd like to open up with a prayer to welcome God in so that there will be more of Him and less of us. I will be leading the Al Fatiha in Arabic. Palms up, everyone. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyaka nabudu wa iyaka nasta'in. Indina Siratal Mustaqim. Siratal Latina A'amta Alayhim. Gairil Magdubi Alayhim. Waladalin. Amen.
I mean,
All right, thank you all. We're going to take a brief commercial break before we start our first segment. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. We're about to start our first segment of the show. Before we start, I'd like to show a brief video about the topic of our show, the 7 deadly sins and 7 heavenly virtues.
What are the 7 deadly sins? Let me explain. And no, I'm not talking about the anime. The 7 deadly sins, also known as the cardinal sins, are a group of 7 of the worst sins in Christianity that can incite other sins and immoral behavior. The 7 deadly sins are lust, gluttony, greed, sloth, wrath, envy, and pride. The sin of lust is acting on lustful and immoral desires. The sin of gluttony is over-consuming and overindulging in anything to the point of waste. The sin of greed is when a person pursues material wealth and goods through immoral actions. The sin of sloth is excessive laziness and absence of ambition. The sin of wrath is when a person suffers from uncontrolled feelings of anger and rage. The sin of envy is being jealous of other people's traits, abilities, and talents. And finally, the sin of pride, which is considered to be the worst of all the sins.
All right. Okay, so 7 deadly sins. Who wants to start first? Oh, well, I guess that means it'll be me, huh? Because everyone else is silent. Okay. I was trying to let them speak. I'm sorry. Well, all right. Well, the seven deadly sins consist of, okay.
You
So
talking
now,
about the seven deadly sins of the Bible, sis?
oh, yes, that's the topic of our show, sister.
Okay. Well, I was having problems with my phone.
Yes, ma'am.
Uh,
We live right now, sister.
um, let me mute my phone. I'm gonna tell you in about 2 seconds. Let me get my mommy
Right.
thoughts together.
Okay, cool, cool, cool. And I'm gonna read this out. According to Christian tradition, the seven deadly sins could not be forgiven. However, according to the Bible, these seven deadly sins are completely and totally forgivable by God. But this doesn't give us free license to commit these sins. Biblically, the only sin that cannot be forgiven is a complete rejection of God's grace, which is outright rebellion against God, also known as blasphemy against the Holy Spirit. Each one of these sins listed um, has a root in the desire for more and the human need for excess. Each sin goes against the root of Christianity, which is love for God, love for our fellow men, and love for our bodies, keeping them clean temples for God. The first deadly sin is lust, a strong passion or longing, especially for sexual desires. The second one is gluttony, an ongoing eating, an excessive and ongoing eating of food or drink. Greed, excessive pursuit of material goods. Sloth, excessive laziness or failure to act and utilize one's talents. Wrath, a strong anger and hate towards another person. Envy, the intense desire to have an item that someone else possesses. And pride, an excessive view of oneself without regard to others. Okay, anybody want to touch on something?
Murder.
Hello.
I'll go ahead and speak on the slot. I feel like with that, when you don't have enough I guess I don't know if it's energy or whatnot, where you just want to be lazy all day, not want to get up, not want to take care of anything that you have to do, that leads into, I believe, a depression. So um with that comes all other type of like mental health problems and issues and all other types of problems. So I can understand why that would be a sin, to not be able to, get up and move around and just enjoy life. I feel like if you, what is the word, slothing around, you're not really living your life. You know what I mean? You just there. So I can understand why that would be a sin. But what do you do about that? What can you do to motivate yourself to get up and move around, to not be sloth like, you know, is the question.
Well, according to the Bible, diligence or zeal cures slothfulness by placing the best interest of others above the life of ease and relaxation. Basically, sloth is nothing. Is a biblical term for laziness, and
Right.
slow feet just don't eat. So at the end of the day,
Period.
what I'm saying, as far as sloth goes, we definitely, you got to keep on pushing, put one foot in front of the other every day and make it happen, because
You
ain't
got
nobody
to.
gonna do it for you. Ain't nobody gonna do it for you.
You
Fantasy,
got
I have anything y'all want to chime in on?
I mean, it's a lot of deadly sins in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? I
There's
feel like the speaking on what happened this weekend in Mississippi, you know what I'm saying? Murder is a deadly sin. You know what I'm saying? That when they say premeditated, if you thought it out, you did it because you wanted to do it. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I understand where sis coming from with the depression, but there's always ways around depression. Not just medically, there's always ways around depression. Now, me personally, I deal with depression a lot, and I deal with it in my own way. I done learned how to revert that energy into something else. So when I say I'm having a depressed moment and I'm feeling in that space, I readdress that energy into something else. But to grow up in a church and hear all types of sins, you know what I'm saying? I really don't favor in anything because these days, hell, the pastor sleeping with kids, deacon sleeping with kids. So you can't tell me something in the Bible when you're doing the total opposite. So I mean, if we gonna speak on the topic, I was just speaking on the topic.
Okay, I want to chime into your okay, so you said you was talking about the murder, rest in peace to whoever their family in Mississippi. Um let's just say you say premeditated, right? And you say that if you thought about it, then you knew what you were doing. But when I was in criminal justice class, my teacher had asked us this one particular question. He said, now, if someone takes the time to think about it, do you really believe that they have, like, is that normal? You know what I mean? You have to think outside the box. Yes. I sat down. I thought about going to get this duct tape. I thought about getting this gun. I thought about shooting this person. Woo, wop, bam. You may think that, like, speaking out, that may make that person normal, but you have to think who in their right mind would even think of such things. So you have to automatically believe that something is mentally not right with them for the, even if it is premeditated, just for a person to sit and think about doing such a crime, although they thought about it. You know what I mean? There's something that's not right with them. They have something, they're not normal. Um the brain is not functioning properly or correctly. So is it insane or is it not insane? Is it fantasy or not? You have to say that
The
that's
topic of this
insane.
show is the seven deadly sins and seven heavenly virtues, y'all. We getting way off tangent. Can we please bring it back to the subject?
But it's put in no card, no.
I thought she said she was bringing up the murder, but yeah, okay, go ahead, guys.
What I'm saying is, y'all, like the topic of this show is the seven deadly sins and seven heavenly virtues. We have to stick to the topic. So, do you guys got anything to say about the seven deadly sins?
I just
I thought it was on topic. My bad, sis.
Queen, what you got to say about that? The seven deadly sins.
There's a lot of things that I can say about it right now, but I'm just really trying to feel where y'all going to get, then I'll say what I gotta say. So you just finish what I gotta do with that.
We can hear you, Queen.
Y'all can't hear me? Can
We
you
hear
hear
you
me
now.
now?
No.
We hear you now. Yes. Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes. We hear
Okay,
you.
I didn't make no comment on none of them yet because I haven't know which one of those subjects of the seven deadly sins that I really wanted to go in. Did I want to talk about the lust of the flesh? You hear what I'm saying? Did I want to talk about the gluttony? Did I want to talk about which one of them? It ain't really marinated in my spirit. So that's why I didn't raise my hand to say that I was ready to say anything right now. That's why I was collaborating, listening to what y'all had to say. Did y'all hear me?
Yep.
you know, it's hard to really get into about the seven deadly sins when all of us is here if we don't have that's our topic, but we got to go into one of them. All right, All right, I'll start with the lusting of the flesh. The lusting of the flesh is one of the seven deadly sins that's in the Bible, and that's one of the most popular sins, greater than any sin that's out there, because through the lusting of your body, you don't have to really pertain and having sex with nobody to have lust in your heart for someone. You understand what I'm saying? So, but that lusting thought, the sin starts with the thought in your mind. And when you start thinking about something or mesmerizing on somebody, you understand what I'm saying?
All right.
Or fantasizing and believing that you in with that person, it takes you into another uh, level, and you don't know if that level gonna keep you in your right state of mind or it's gonna take you all the way out of your mind. You know what I'm saying? But the lusting of the flesh is one of the greatest and most sinful sins that we as people can desire, because that's what caused it in our beginning in the Genesis book of the Bible, when Adam and Eve first pertained it in that sex, when God told them not to bite that apple. You know what I'm saying? And that's what made her um that lusting spirit is what caused the reaction and the chain reaction on our life on today, when she convinced him, you know what I'm saying, to thrust inside of her. So that's why it was one of the greatest things, because it caused a chain reaction for all of our lives. That's why we are buried in sin right now. That's why we buried in sin right now. Do y'all feel what I'm saying? Or if y'all not understanding, let me know.
Okay. Okay. And
Huh?
and you spoke on lust, right?
I'm speaking on lust. I'm
Right.
talking about lust of the flesh.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, it starts in your mind, that creates everything that goes forward with it. You know what I'm saying? Uh, the lusting of the flesh is what caused the kids out here right now, where you see that these women or men be lusting after children. You understand what I'm saying? Where you got what you call that perversion. All of that falls in that category of that lust and spirit within inside it. That's the dangerous spirit around, because your eyes is what connect to your brain, and your brain is what connect those thoughts to you to cause you to do the acts that you be doing as far as lusting.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And the virtue that combats lust is chastity or self control.
Right.
You got to have some discipline. Um, it control chastity and self control cures the lust by controlling the passion
Mhm.
and the leveraging of the energy for the good of others. So as far as with that lust goes, like Queen said, you know, you got to have a little self control. You know what I'm saying? As far as with your temper, definitely got to have some self control. You know. Okay, let's see. Now we didn't talked about sloth
Which one
and
goes to?
lust. What do y'all have to say about gluttony? Gluttony is an excessive and ongoing eating of food or drink.
Because that's gluttony falls into the category when people steady eat food because they use that as being depressed. They use that as that's what called obesity. The drink is what's called alcoholism. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, 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 yeah. Gluttony can be over excessive of a whole lot of different things that's to your body. Now, the virtue that combats uh, gluttony is temperance. Temperance cures gluttony by implanting the desire to be healthy, therefore making one fit to serve others.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, anybody want to touch in on that before we go to the next one?
Well, like you were saying, the gluttony spirit, you know, gluttony even falls into the category of when you find people that's money hungry because they just want to have all the money. You know what I'm saying? That's a gluttony spirit where you don't want to share with nobody else. You understand what I'm saying? You want it all to yourself until they just overtake you with something that's called the deadly sin, hatred. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay. And speaking of that, the third one is greed,
Mm-hmm.
an excessive pursuit of material goods. An excessive pursuit of material goods. Anybody want to touch on that?
On greed, you said?
Yes.
Well, greed is what causes a whole lot of greed is the main thing that can cause wars because somebody wanted to have more than the next person got to the point where they were so overtaken with greed that they even started to kill people,
Yeah.
murder people for
Yeah.
insurance and all type of stuff. I go down the line with a whole lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I just wanted to line it up the right type of way. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
greed is what is the destruction of this world today.
Yeah. And you oh you hit it on the head. That lady
Hold on, so far, $10.
that lady that owns Sweetie Pies, her son got greedy and killed her and killed his nephew, right, for life insurance money. And they just gave him life this month, right? But it's so crazy how greed will make you, like you said, just that pursuit of that money will really drive you to kill somebody. It's unbelievable. But I'm gonna tell y'all something. The counter thing to the greed is love and charity. Greed cures itself by putting a desire to help others above the storing up treasure for oneself. You know, that's a huge thing. Like, you know, um, everybody be so selfish, and greedy and want to hoard everything in when you don't realize that the blessings come from keeping everything going in a circle. Okay. Well, hey, I guess it's just me and y'all. No. Ah, come on, sis. Help me out here. It's just me and you.
Hey, I just told my son, I said, I don't know if it's me or my phone, but somebody working and keep flashing in and out. But to touch on that, you know what I'm saying? Greed is I wouldn't say it's a deadly sin. I'm gonna say greed ain't nothing but the devil because you got family members killing family members over greed, and it's like for what? At the end of the day, um, you know what I'm saying? And it does. It starts wars. It family feuds. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, if we ain't pure and we ain't righteous, what are we doing?
That part. What are we doing? So true. What are we doing?
You got kids out here killing over shoes, killing over colors. Like that's greed, bro.
For sure. For sure. For sure. So true. Now, what about let me see, what's this other one? Wrath.
All right, what exactly am I? Well, I can already see this is one.
Now check this. Now check this out, fantasy. Wrath is a strong anger or hate towards another person. Now, you were saying earlier about the young lady that killed her husband on the live video yesterday, right? You know, that anger, anger, man, if we don't have no self control, that anger will make us, will drive us to hurt someone. We got to have some self control. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, that lady could have let that man walk up out that door. Yeah, honey. If a person don't want to be in this house, baby, you ain't, honey. I bet you I ain't gonna try to keep you in there. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna open the door for you. Peace and love. So
Mm-hmm. You gonna open the door for what? Can you reiterate that? Because my camera blanked out.
you're yeah, okay, Queen. So we was talking and
Can you hear
fantasy.
me?
Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Queen?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you loud and clear. So
Oh,
look,
okay.
we was touching on the young lady that killed her husband in Mississippi yesterday, right? So she was so when she said we was talking about wrath, and wrath is that anger or hatred towards another person. So
Oh,
I was saying how, like, I'm saying, we have to have a little bit more self control than that, because at the end of the day, honey, if somebody want to leave my house, oh honey, I'm opening that door. Get your butt on up out of there.
I ain't opening the door. I'm opening up windows and all. Whichever way you gonna get up out of here, you free to go.
That's what
Cause
I'm
when
saying.
you done, whatever way you going, I'm finna clean my house, baby, because you ain't coming back.
There you go. That's it. That's
well,
it.
you gotta understand. Um, that's why the things in life that we live on today is so messed up because people thought process. You understand what I'm saying? And what I
Uh-huh.
mean by that, you know, like you could tell that from our conversation that we're strong women, that we have been through some things. You understand what I'm saying? But
Yes.
it's so many women out here that then ran away from their mothers and dads, then ran away from their sisters and brothers and their family and get a all in all to a man. And maybe the man might they looking up for the best thing in the world and he's probably beating them. You know what I'm saying? Spitting on them, treating them like they anything. And see what people can't nobody put no trauma on when you take your temperature in your mind and it go beyond your control. That what causes a lot of people to get killed and all that kind of stuff. It ain't just the point that that person left that she may have killed them. It was just higher than she overexerted herself to the point of being what you call it when you crazy, insanity, insane. Huh? Is that
She
it?
wasn't that thing. She was in her right state of mind. She wanted to be out there. She didn't want nobody to have him, so she took him.
She went crazy.
She was crazy.
She was mad.
That's what it was. She didn't want nobody else to have him, so she took him.
Mad is crazy, y'all. Certain degrees of mad is crazy. Have you got so doggone mad? Let me tell you something. Mad makes you crazy. You hear me? I
Okay.
used to fight all the time. Y'all want to hear a little story right quick?
Come on with it.
I fight all the time, you know, and I be humbled as a bee, and I don't get into it with people. You hear what I'm saying? But when I done
Yes.
went to the fullest extent, and if I grab somebody and don't nobody catch me and stop me, I would end up in places that I do not belong because I blanks out. Do you understand me? That right there has been taken care of through prayer and supplication. But it was time when I blanked out, when I opened up my eyes, I had my hand around this girl's neck. Her head was getting ready to go into some concrete. And on camera, it's on film. And if her head would have just said room, it would have splattered all the way open because that's the force that I was using. So mad take you crazy. You understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you something like this. I'm familiar with that crazy stuff. You understand what I'm saying? Because the family background that I'm from, the majority of our people from our great grandmamas to their grandmothers, and our ancestors down to us, that I could take the roots all the way back to my granddaddy, daddy. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
The majority of them was all of them was mentally uh institutionalized for being mentally crazy. Bipolarness, you understand what I'm saying? Schizophrenia, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What's that other paranoid? All that stuff runs in our bloodline real strong, very strong. You understand what I'm saying? So
Mm,
when you get mad, that mad gonna take you to another level if you don't have self-control.
that's right. That's right. That's right. Okay, you guys, so we got to take a brief commercial break. Please like, share, and subscribe to the Aisha Sisters Show, A Talk with Samori and Ebony. Get the Point podcast. We all need your support. Okay, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to the Aisha Sisters Show. I am Honey, along with my co-host Queens 2, Fantasy, and Fatima. Okay. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask them now. And please share this live video. We need your support. Okay. I'm gonna start by reading some of these comments, right? Uh Brother Kent said, I believe these sins are deadly, probably because they generate so many other sins behind them. And I believe and I agree with Brother Kent. If you look at all the seven deadly sins, they all piggyback off each other. And as far as like with the contradiction as the with the seven heavenly virtues, basically if you loving on yourself and you loving on others, right? Which is for us is the I am you and you are me. You know what I'm saying? We shouldn't have to deal with these type of feelings, because we should be having some self-control about ourselves. You know, um, this is real deep though. This is real deep, especially with the gluttony, because people look at gluttony and you automatically assume that it is for just food. But anything that you overindulge in,
It's
anything
blood.
that's
Yeah.
overindulged in is a sin. And Brother Ken also says, he said, it's like in the Quran when it says that to kill a man as we have killed all of mankind. And that's for greed and so much more. So true, brother. So true. So true. You know, so true. Uh, Mama Teresa say anger plays a part in our wrong decisions. I've been sending, okay. Let's see here. Yeah. And Kent says basically saying how some sins may condemn. Oh, I'm trying to put it up on the screen for y'all. Basically saying how some sins may condemn one's individual soul, where there are some sins that may affect and even condemn others for accepting and following.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And a Facebook user say love conquers all. Whoever you are, Facebook user, I totally agree. If we love our brother and sister like we love ourselves, if we love our temples, you know what I'm saying? A lot of these things we will not have to endure. But we all are imperfect people, so things do happen. You know what I'm saying? But that's where the self-control come in there.
Yeah, because it's something that I used to pay attention to when I was a little girl looking at TV, and it was always about, you know, have y'all ever remember looking at TV at any time, the old movie or the new movie, and they'll have a picture of a mask, a person mask on their face? You ever seen the picture
Yeah,
with a mask on
but
the face? One
the
side is
evil person always got the mask.
right. One side of the face is black, and one side of the face is white, but your whole face is covered up. And some of the masks will sometimes be all the way black. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm
Yeah.
saying that to tell you that
Hello.
I think her phone froze, sis.
Okay. 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 Well, the next sin is envy, the intense desire to have an item that someone else possesses.
I don't envy nobody because what they got, I feel like I can work just as hard as they can get and get it. So
Some
I
people
can
be
see
having
where that
stuff
is
we
a
don't even
sin.
want.
So
Fantasy.
I don't know. Huh?
Some people be having stuff we don't even want.
So don't. Like they baby daddies. I don't want them either.
I don't want mine. They sure don't want nobody else's.
sorry about that, everybody. But I was talking about the masses and stuff like that, you know. And the reason why I brought the masses up was because a lot of sins that's created through a lot of people that we deal with are because a lot of people are masked up. You have to understand? People show smiling faces and have hidden agendas. You hear? So
Yeah.
that fits in around about four of the categories that we was talking about. That got something to do with the lust. That got something to do with gluttony. That got something to do with what's the other two thing you were saying? Um,
Greed, envy,
Oh,
and
lust.
and envy. That's it. Envy number one. And,
yeah.
what the other one you said? It was seven of them, but it was four of them that stuck out real hard. You know, that shows a person personality. You can see a person's face on this side with a smile side because some people could be around you for years, smiling up in your face, acting like everything is good with them and they loving on you when they really have hatred in their heart towards you, waiting for a time to strike out at you. You hear what I'm saying? That
Yeah.
that's that's
Thanks.
that's envy. That's jealousy. You know, all of that. You know, so them seven sins is a good topic for to keep on teaching on. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's really touching the belly of the beast that need to be addressed. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Anybody else want to touch in on envy?
Nope, I can say what I had to say.
It make you it make you sick, you know.
Mhm.
Trust me, it'll make you sick. It'll do you more harm than good. I'm gonna tell you
Yeah.
that. Because when you envy someone else, everything that you put towards that person to try to bring them down is only gonna bring you further down.
That part.
That's what I'm gonna say on that.
That part. And you the heavenly virtue that counteracts envy is kindness.
Yes.
Ooh.
Okay. Kindness cures envy by placing the desire to help others
Yeah.
above the need to supersede them. Okay. And I'm gonna say this on some personal stuff.
Mhm.
You know, I feel like I'm a truly blessed individual. And I feel like the only way that God is going to continue to bless me is if I be an active blessing in the lives of others. So just man, there's I think if and I know all of y'all on this line know I be feeling like I'm Superwoman. I be putting my cape on and flying around this joker. So ain't no envy over here. I just want to help and be kind to
Look,
mankind.
look, look, look. Let me put it on display real quick.
Right,
Let
you
me
know
put it
what
on
I'm saying?
display real quick, okay?
Yes, sis. Right. I walk around like I got the S on my chest.
Definitely feel that.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say it on me, but I know in my mind, in my heart, I'm not superwoman because I'm super mama.
There you go.
Cause boy, it ain't nothing like waking up to your child telling you that every day.
That's what's
Yeah.
up. That means you doing it right.
That's
Yeah.
it.
And if your man tell you that, then you his super motherfucking woman.
There you go.
But my thing is this: show and tell.
That's it.
If you gonna tell me, show me. Come on.
There it is.
That's
There it
it.
is.
Cause
That
I
part.
birthed two husbands. I tell them all the time I'm the first wife because I signed the birth certificate, so I ain't going nowhere.
That part.
All
That
right.
part. That part, sister.
Sister.
Oh man, I love y'all. Okay, now this last one is the doozy, y'all. It's a doozy.
I'm sure.
I got a water in the refrigerator. I got a
Pride.
water in the refrigerator.
Pride is an excessive view of oneself without regard for others.
Say that again.
Pride, an
Oh,
excessive view of oneself without regard for others.
no, you ain't trying to call me out now.
Look.
Well, look, but let me go and confess again, then, right? you know, uh,
That's dirty, 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 dirty.
you know, you know, I practice humility every day, but you know, like when I get angry, I don't pull out no pistols. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that my mouth is a sword, right? And sometimes, I have been known to get a little foxy.
I'm laughing at the little foxy. Okay.
I've known to get a little foxy. But I'm gonna tell y'all about getting foxy, honey. Because honey, I didn't get foxy, and 5 minutes later, God didn't shot me in the neck, and I had to bring it down a notch. So I have so for me on some real talk, I'm laughing about it because if y'all knew the backstory, y'all would probably be laughing too. But like God will, you can pump your chest out all you want to, and ain't nothing wrong with being proud of yourself and your accomplishments. But anytime that your pride makes you feel like you are bigger or better than any other individual, just watch out because God gonna come and He gonna let you know. He gonna let you know. You
Well,
put your pants on one leg at a time like everybody else, and you hear about my grace and mercy and my grace and mercy only.
well, me and God got to understand it. And I told him a long time ago, I got pride in myself as a person.
That's right.
And ain't nobody going to take that part of me that I feel like I didn't accomplish a lot in my life to
Yes.
have pride and to be proud of. He ain't failed me yet, so I guess me and him still on that understanding.
And see, that's
Right.
what I was gonna touch
Well,
on. Parcel. What's what I was gonna touch on when it comes to pride? There's so many different angles of pride,
yeah.
because you don't have to necessarily feel like that you're bigger or better than anybody to have pride. You know what I mean? And I'm speaking for myself when I say, like, far as the fact that I'm one of them people where I can give all day long. I don't know, that's just me. And when it comes to the fact of opening my mouth or something that could necessarily change some things, automatically I'm gonna say I got it. Because 9 times out of 10 I do. Or if it ain't well, it's gonna be well. But that's also another way of pride to look at where we all be guilty for, as far as the fact of, oh well, just say that you straight or like that. But you have certain ones, that's gonna automatically be like, nah,
They finna get some
what
pizza.
you got going on? You know what I mean? Nope. I already know something going on. So there's so many different angles of pride. Pride is probably one of my biggest one out of the seven, though, I ain't gonna lie. Because of the simple fact I always just give. I'm a giver. So it's tough.
Yes.
And
Yes. Yes.
Pardon the body, and you know, whoo, y'all, y'all ain't right. Y'all ain't right with this one right here. You know, y'all ain't. Ooh, you know what? I'm up there throwing that list up there. Come on, y'all. Let's go and do the seven sins. You hear what I'm saying? But if the jury was right here right now, it'd be a hung jury and I'd be hung because I am stupidly obsessed of being a prideful person. That's why I had to break the barriers in the last couple of years of accepting teamwork and accepting a team because I've always been a giver, still a giver. Give, give. I give everything I got and don't have nothing. It's my pride that stops me from having a lot of things. You know what? I hold the title because I work for it because I did for so many people in life. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
And that title came from me always giving everything I had to make it better for another person. But what I did, I left out what I needed to keep Sue going. You understand what I'm saying? Till I gave and gave and gave. Um, so prideful, you know, y'all looking at the queen of y'all nation. You understand what I'm saying? I'd have been homeless and everything. And no one never knew it unless I felt close enough to them to tell them my business, which was very few. But a simple fact, my pride was so much where people was screaming that they love me, I would never open up my mouth and ask nobody for anything, even if they was willing to help me. So pride, oh, pride is a great sin, is a terrible sin to have when you think that you don't need nobody, not in the way of like I don't need you, not like that, but in the way of I get to. Mm-mm. I'll never let nobody see me in a position of not being um I,
Straight.
yeah. So like when like the sisters and stuff, I it was so hard. I apologize, y'all, but I never been a jealous person. I always wanted to see people do their best or whatever. And I push people way beyond where I'm at, you know? And wait a minute.
Come
So
on with it, Sue. Let
what
them use it, Sue.
what I'm trying to say is that I never was that person to self help from nobody, you know. And all the sisters have come to the point where, I want to help, but I was so used to being in a little huddle, helping, doing everything myself, y'all, okay? That I didn't know how, I forgot how to, I lost so many people during the time, right? So I didn't know how to reach out and accept a friendly hand of good gesture and real love. You understand what I'm saying? Because I didn't want to, I thought that I could do everything, y'all. And that's the worst place to be prideful and don't open up your mouth to ask for any help. You know what I'm saying? That's a real bad sin because I can tell y'all 250 ways of that is bad more than I can tell y'all any ways that it's good. It's good to be a proud person. Proud and pride is two different things. You know what I'm saying? So this is, you know, I was laughing about it, but it's a very touchy situation. You know what I'm saying? But the reason I love you all so hard is because you all took the initiative to sit down, girl. You know what I'm saying? When I wouldn't take orders from nobody. You understand what I'm saying? I had to humble myself. Humbleization come in, you learning how to have pride because you got to humble yourself and hear the voices of other people that's really truly there for you that want to help you. that pride will destroy you. It almost took me up out of here. But God, but Allah, and but all of you all. You understand what I'm saying? When I was down to my lowest, you know what I'm saying? Y'all, I'm gonna have to leave this alone right here. Y'all gonna finish talking about it right now. Let's make us talk.
We
Now,
love
Queen,
you,
I
Queen.
understand where you coming from.
I do.
Cause when I walked away from my first marriage, I didn't say it was pride. I just said it was what it was. I let a lot of stuff go just to walk away. Cause I felt like if I didn't, I wasn't gonna be who I was, and I wasn't gonna be that mother I needed to be for my children.
That's right.
For 6 months, I would never say I was homeless, cause I kept a job, I kept a hustle, or I kept hustle, and put an S on that hustle to keep a roof over my kids' head, so I can understand where people coming from. I humbled myself a whole lot to a lot of people. For me to see a homeless person with a child, that hurts. But out here, I can't feel sorry for these people because I know y'all getting that homeless pay every week. So if I can get up and go to work and you can be homeless and get damn near half of my paycheck, I can't feel sorry for you. But for a person that's really going through something in life and they pride won't let them ask somebody for something, that'll be the person I buy a meal for. Because one day that person might be my blessing and I never knew it.
That's right. That's right. That's
right. I've never been the type to let my pride get in the way for nothing. But when it comes down to living in the shadows of somebody else's pride because they want to put on this facade for somebody, I got to have that pride for myself and enough respect for myself to walk away. And if that's a sin, me and God got that understanding. But right. I got to walk away.
That's right. Well, it says humility cures pride by removing one's ego and boastfulness, therefore allowing them the attitude of service. So, and just like I was saying earlier, it's one thing to be proud of your accomplishments, but if you get to the point where your pride makes you think that you are better than others, and if you see someone with their crown tilted and you're not willing to help to adjust it for them without making them feel bad or telling others about it, then you exercising in that spirit of pride. Okay, y'all, we almost finished. Do anybody want to have any final words to say before we take our final commercial break?
Because I know Queen and got off. She got a little emotional. So it ain't her pride just won't let her cry in front of folks. Sometimes crying heals better than anything else would. I hope she just turned her camera off. She can hear me. So you can cry. I'm gonna give you a tissue.
I love it. I was gonna say Queen Sue, Fantasy, Queen Sue. Gotta respect our elders.
Do you hear me? Yes, ma'am. So my final thought is through all the 7 deadly sins is definitely accountability, holding them. Because once you do that, you open up a whole nother channel and room around you. Like once you acknowledge it, you do better. So accountability is key.
Definitely.
I ain't watching that.
Definitely. Okay, we're gonna take our final commercial break before we close out. Please like and share. Please like, share, and subscribe to the Aisha Sisters show and all of our counterparts.
I want to talk to you about restorative justice, a surprising approach that might offer better outcomes for victims, offenders, and the communities they live in. And I want to suggest that in order for it to work, we all have to do our part. Now, restorative justice is not a new idea. Some people say it's the most common approach to justice across the world and throughout time, but that somewhere along the way, we forgot how to do it. It's a philosophy that says getting justice means repairing harm. In restorative justice, repairing harm happens through face-to-face dialogues between the people harmed and the people responsible. For instance, here in Colorado, hundreds of cases are diverted from the courts each year through restorative conferences that bring together victims, offenders, and affected community members to agree on how to repair harms after a property crime or an assault.
I spent 21 years, 7 months, and 29 days in prison for a crime I did not commit. I'm used to the system feeling me because I'm used to the systems feeling my people.
I don't know what happened with the commercial at the end, but that was a restorative justice plus network has they are very big on prison reform, restorative justice, um, recidivism, and all that stuff. I want to thank you all for logging in. We are the Aisha Sisterhood, a group of mighty women joined together for love, peace, truth, freedom, and justice. Our mission is to promote unity, contribute to violence prevention, increase mental health and HIV awareness, provide substance and alcohol abuse treatment services, advocate for education and youth development equity, and act as a community resource partner to underserved communities. The Aisha Sisterhood is currently accepting donations from the public to fund our programs and services. If you would like to donate, the Zelle is AishaSisters@gmail. Cash App is $ Aisha Sisterhood Incorporated. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Our next episode will be streamed live Sunday, April 23rd at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thank you all for joining us, and you have a wonderful day.